Right now, it's bringing the guy that predicted those heavy winds in our area, Pat Pagano. And yes, Pat, they were vicious last night.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's scary, actually.
Yeah, you take a look at the picture I posted this morning, and you'll see a huge limb off of a huge tree on the green in Sharon that came down last night. Thank goodness it was in the middle of the green. It didn't hit any power lines, but boy, it was windy.
Oh yeah, and again, uh, this is March for you. There's no doubt about it. March is always a windy month. You have a lot of exchange in temperatures during the month of March, and that is one of the reasons why it's always a windy month. Now, there's still a little bit of a wind out there today, but not nearly as bad. We'll have sunshine, the high 20, up 45 to 50, and then tonight 20 to 25, clear and cold. That all changes very quickly tomorrow. Although in the Carolinas tomorrow, we'll scoot out south of Long Island. Initially, I kind of thought it'd stay to our south. It's not. So there could be a little early sun Wednesday, otherwise clouding up. And I'm sure by lunchtime, a little wet snow comes in. I'm looking for temperatures around 40, so accumulations are going to be light, but mainly on unpaved surfaces. Major roadways should be okay. What do I mean by light? I'm thinking along the lines right now, 1 to 2 inches,
Okay.
max. This is during the day tomorrow. And remember, it's a wet snow. But now it will clear out tomorrow night, and it will drop below freezing. So that can make for some icy conditions Thursday morning. And Thursday, sun mixing with clouds, 45 to 50. Clouding up Friday, mid-40s. Then a powerhouse storm and cold front moves in Saturday. More wind, more rain, heavy at times. A thunderstorm cannot be ruled out. Behind the system, Saturday night into Sunday, blustery March wind, temperatures, and snow showers. So you'll be in the 50s Saturday. You won't get out of the 30s on Sunday. And I really do think that the strongest wind over the weekend will occur on Sunday.
On Sunday, and will they be like the ones we had last night?
Probably. I think on Sunday we could easily see winds to 50 miles an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. So get ready for a hunker down, watch TV, watch movie weekend.
And the weather just goes up and down, up and down, up and down,
Hmm.
up and down. And so next week, is it going to be the same thing, up and down, or is it going to stay one way or the other?
I think it's still going to be up and down next week. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, when you think about it, remember last week at this time, the models weren't painting any kind of anomalous picture. I mean, for the most part, even over the weekend, the system for tomorrow was being downplayed, and now it's coming back up. I have to admit, I did see the Euro and the Canadian over the weekend bringing snow into the area tomorrow. The other models did not. So those two models were on top of it. So we shall see what happens. Next week is St. Patty's Day, and then the 19th is St. Joseph's Day. And I always look forward to St. Joseph's Day because that's when I go to the Italian bakery and get my pastries, my St. Joseph's pastries.
And what pastries are those?
They're like they're round and they look like a donut. Um, they're stuffed with either cannoli cream or custard cream, and they have a cherry on top. And I like the custard.
Yeah, I like custard too.
I
I don't.
love it.
I like custard in like eclairs.
Yeah, that's the kind of custard that's in these St. Joseph's pastries.
It's not too heavy. Like a custard pie is a little too heavy for me. But when you put custard into some light pastry, oh, oh, it's
Yeah,
it's killer good.
and uh, the here's a little trick for you. Uh, have you? I'm sure you've had Entenmann's crumb cake.
Yes.
Okay, they're square, and I think they make two styles: a regular one, and then I think they call the other one New York style crumb cake. So buy the crumb cake and slice it so that you're going to fill the middle. So you got to get a nice big knife, slice it horizontally, flip the top over carefully, and then make yourself a nice batch of vanilla or chocolate pudding, whatever you'd like. and smear it on the bottom layer, and then flip the top layer back on top, put it in the refrigerator, and boy, a little while later after it's chilled, you have yourself a nice stuffed crumb cake.
Now, you mentioned Entenmann's.
Yes.
When I was growing up, in my substantive years, or when I was in early years in radio, basically from 1971 on to about 19, I'll say 82, 83, maybe 84. Whenever we went out and got drunk or got high, there's two things you wound up getting to wrap up the night. It was Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm.
They were a soft chocolate chip cookie,
Right.
but they were great.
They still make them.
And they were great for the munchies, and the New York style crumb cake. And what I used to do, and it used to get everybody upset, I used to cut off the top part of the crumb cake, and I would eat the crumbs that were hard on the top with the sugar,
Yeah.
and then I would just leave the cake.
And leave the cake.
And so I never got a chance to get first dibs at the cake. But with the cookies, yes. But the funny thing is, though, Pat, is that I used to love the Entenmann's soft chocolate chip cookies now, but now, no. I like the hard chocolate chip cookies. There's a company called Tate, and they make these very.
Oh yeah, right.
They are just unbelievable. So I'm
Yeah,
no
in the
longer.
green package.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm no longer a soft chocolate chip cookie lover, but I'm a hard. But Entenmann's was a big deal for anybody that drank or smoked marijuana back in the 70s. That was always part of the hunger phase. When you got hungry after doing that.
And do you remember? Now this is really going back. I remember as a kid, there used to be another bakery that was sold in supermarkets and everything called Ebbinger's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They also made good cake, and I remember another one. I don't know if I have the name correct. Was it called Friedhof?
Freihoffers.
Friedhof. I remember them having a cake line. So it's kind of interesting that out of all of out of those three, Entenmann's is the only one that survived.
Yeah, and what's funny is a big thing also when I was growing up in the 70s, it didn't being in Kingston, New York was great. There were three Greek diners, okay? They were open 24 hours a day. So no matter what time you finished partying, you wound up at the diner.
Okay.
And what did you end up ordering at the diner?
Me, I always had a burger with French fries with brown gravy.
They're French fries with brown gravy. That was it. You would order, yeah, people would order, but the main thing, if you sat at a table with 6 people, there was always 3 or 4 orders of French fries with brown gravy.
Yep. Now you order that, they look at you like you have 10 heads.
I know. That was the way you used to wrap up a night.
Yeah, you're right. And we're talking 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, no, we're talking, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe some mornings, 4 or 5, but that's the way you wound up. And that was the great thing about the diner. First of all, the Greek diners always had great food. Didn't matter. The food was always good, and you could get breakfast, lunch, or dinner any time of the day.
Now, I mean, I could not do that now because it would upset my stomach. But guess what I ordered to drink with the burger and fries with brown gravy? This is 3, 4 in the morning, folks.
A milkshake.
Close.
What?
A chocolate egg cream.
Chocolate egg cream. I used to order Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola because the sugar, kept you strong enough so when you could drive home okay.
Right.
But yeah, no, egg creams.
Yeah.
And they don't make
good old days.
They don't make real egg creams anymore. But they make egg. They taste like egg creams, but it's not like they used to make them.
And it's not like they used to make them.
Yeah. But you can't now because you can't use raw eggs.
Oh yeah, right. Well, the way I do it right now is I still buy to me the best is the Fox's Ubit syrup.
Yep.
So I still buy that. And what I do is I put the syrup first, then a little bit of milk, and then I add the seltzer. And as you're doing that, you stir it up, so that it gets nice and foamy, and It's as delicious as if you used an egg.
And when you add the seltzer, you have to add it slowly
Slowly.
so it doesn't fizz up and go crazy
Yeah,
like a
great.
bad scientific experiment.
Yeah, yeah. So there we go. Taking you down to memory lane this morning.
That's right. Well, give us the unmemory lane forecast, which includes a little bit of snow.
Yep. Well, it's sunny and windy today, 45 to 50, 20s tonight, and then wet snow by lunchtime tomorrow, about 40, and you're back into the 40s with fair skies Thursday and Friday.
There we go, and we'll see what happens on Wednesday night.
Yep, yep. We'll approach that as we talk tomorrow.
Pat, have a good day. We'll speak to you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye, Marshall.
Pat Pagano this morning here on the Breakfast Club with a check on our forecast and a stroll down memory lane.